Oh hey, oh my gosh, an intro with my face. I haven't done one like this in forever. So, if you don't make art videos, you probably can't relate to this, and even if you do make art videos, this might just be something that I do. But every time I get a new art supply, whether it's just like a couple pencils from the art store or like a birthday present, I think to myself, this would be a cool video of me using this for the first time. And then most of the time, I can never find a video to like use them in, or if I do, it's like months after like I got it. So in this video, I'm going to be using all of the art supplies that I keep telling myself to use for video. Yeah, like these I have literally had for a year. My birthday just happened and I think I got these for my birthday last year. So yeah, let's use all the things. Hi, so the first art supply I'm going to be using is this 24 set of markers from Artist Loft. And Artist Loft supplies are like, you never know if they're going to be good. Probably not. But like these colors, these markers, like the color selection was like so good. I was so excited to use these actually. And I got these as a birthday present from my cousin. So, you know, thank you if you're watching this. Like, I can't believe the color selection. I feel like a lot of times, like when like brands like, you know, pick out colors to put in a set, like no matter what art supply, sometimes I'm just like, did you even like try drawing with the color selection? Because there'll be a lot of colors that are like pretty much the exact same one, you know, or there'll be colors that are like, I just like don't get it. Like, okay, here's an example. The first thing that came to my mind is I got this set of skin tone markers from Ahuhu, weirdest brand name ever, but anyway, I got a skin tone set from them, and they had like literally neon oranges in the skin tone set, which was so weird, and they didn't come with like colors you'd like shade for like skin tones. Like there wasn't like a purple or like a green or anything, and there was like, I think there might have been like a kind of pinky color, but like, you know, it didn't really come with like skin tone shading colors, but there was a bunch of oranges. And I was like, did they just like not notice how orange these ones are? They're like, yeah, they're skin tones. And I'm like, that's neon orange. But yeah, and just like stuff like that. Like, or most of the time there's always two colors in like a small set that are going to be like exactly the same. But like this one, the color selection was so good. Like almost half the colors were skin tone colors, which, you know, as someone who draws portraits, I appreciate. So I was really excited about that. And there was also like pastel shades, which I did not expect at all. I was like, pastels? They came with pastels? Like, that's amazing, right? And there was like 4 different pinks, which I also really appreciated. I feel like a lot of times like small sets won't have a pink and it like drives me nuts. There's either like no pink or no purple, which are both colors that I use like every single drawing, so it always makes me mad. But no, there was like a couple purples, there was like a lot of pinks. Like there was a really light pink, which on the marker it looked like just like a really light skin tone color, but it was called pale pink and it was like actually pink. So the marker cap like lied a little bit, but it was pink. And then there was also like a light pink that was more of like a mid-tone light pink, and then like some darker pinks, and there was also like a salmon pink color. So yeah, I was just like, whoa, it's like the color selection is so good. And there was a gray. But yeah, so like for 24 colors, I feel like they picked like really, really good colors. Like there was not a time where I was drawing this and I was like, I wish they had a color like this. Like, no. It was pretty good. But yeah, and also the inspiration for this drawing is I saw a bunch of like Halloween costumes on like TikTok where people did like a white makeup and then they put like something like on it to make it like crack, so it would look like a doll, like a porcelain's doll, like skin was like cracking, you know. It was pretty cool. So I tried to draw like a doll-like person, and then like their skin is cracking. I thought it was a cool concept. Yeah, I will say some of the skin tone colors were kind of similar, but like I said, as someone who draws portraits, I don't really mind that much because I'm gonna use the skin tones. But yeah. And also these markers, like, I did not look up the price of them, but since it's Artist Loft, I'm gonna assume they weren't that expensive. And the brush tips, they did, like, kind of, like, get a little messed up towards the end. I noticed 2 of the markers, like, the brush tip, I don't know how to explain it, but it, like, kind of, like, weirdly broke or something. It was, like, really weird. So, that was kind of slightly annoying, but I will use these again just because, like, the color selection is so good. And I definitely use them for, like, traveling or something. Yeah, and now I'm going to use this origami paper that I thought would be really cute for, like, my sketchbook. And then I, like, never used it. I think I've had these for, like, more than a year. Maybe even, like, almost 2 years. Yeah, I don't know. I never used them. So I decided to use them for this drawing in, like, the border. Which you probably can't tell, but I didn't do, like, that many details on, like, the edges of the picture just because I planned that I was going to cover it with the origami paper. Yeah, so I cut out, like, some cute little shapes, you know. I did, like, a little star, and then I just did, you know, so far I've only done triangles, but I did do some hearts, so you'll see that later. But yeah, and after that, I'll add, like, the highlights and stuff to the drawing. Yeah, I only ended up, using, like, one of the origami papers because I got, like, 2 different sets of them, and I only opened, one of them. Yeah, the paper was just so pretty. I think that's why I, like, never wanted to use it. Yeah, so now I'm doing some white highlights. Oh, yeah, and I'll show these more in the next drawing. Actually, no. In the next drawing. But I got these Posca pencils that I used to, like, stars and stuff. Yeah, so here it is. I really like this drawing. I do wish I used a little less origami paper around the edges. Oh, yeah, and I put some, like, in, like, the cracks so it looks like it's, like, falling, you know? But yeah, I'll show, like, a picture of all the drawings at the end of the video. And I wanted to do one more drawing with the markers on marker paper. Also, trust the process on the skin tone of this one. But yeah, I wanted to do one more on marker paper just to really test these markers out. The drawing next to this one I did a couple months ago. Yeah, I was like, oh, we'll just do a little portrait next to that. But yeah, I didn't spend that much time on this one, and I wanted to give her, like, purple makeup, so, you know, trust the process on that, too. This drawing ends up being better than the other one, even though I did not spend that much time on it. I think these markers worked a lot better on the marker paper. They felt kind of dry on the pencil paper, which was annoying, because, like, that was, like, the first time I used them, and they already, like, felt kind of dry. But they felt good on the marker paper, so that's good. Yeah, I wanted to try for this one, like, this hairstyle. I feel like I've seen where they have, like, a pigtail braid, but there's, like, 2 braids, you know? So there's, like, a big braid and, like, a small braid on each pigtail. I don't know if you've seen that, but I've seen it and I wanted to try it. That was my only inspiration for this drawing. And then I was like, you know, we'll just do, like, a cute doll-like one for this one, too. You know? They can match. But yeah, also, I was going to do, like, a darker skin tone for this one, just to, like, you know, try out all the skin tone colors. And I swear I started with the darker color, but then, like, markers kind of dry lighter sometimes, so I guess it just, like, dried way lighter, and then I just didn't feel like taking forever on this drawing, so I didn't add a bunch of layers. Yeah, I didn't do that much shading on this one, so anyway, point is, I was going to do a darker skin tone, but then it just kind of, like, ended up being the same. Yeah, I mean, I think my plan was to do, like, a medium skin tone, because I used the darker colors on the hair for the last one, but I didn't really use, like, the medium skin tone colors, so I was going to use those for this. That did not happen, but that was the idea. I did this weird move on this one where I actually used the fine liners before I was done shading, but these fine liners aren't waterproof, which I knew the markers were going to mess them up if I put markers over it, but I still did it. I was like, I want to do some lining in the middle of the drawing. Yeah, and it did kind of smear when I added more shading, but you can't really tell, so it turned out good. And I just ended up using, like, a gray color for the background just because, like, I didn't know what else to do. And I think the gray actually looks good. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. I think this drawing turned out super cute. I also thought it was kind of funny how I ended up doing like the same eyeshadow color for both of them. You can't really see it in the other one, but I think I did also give her like green/blue eyeshadow, so it's kind of funny to happen twice. I wasn't even trying to do pastel green eyeshadow this time. I was just gonna like shade the skin with green to see if I get like an olive skin tone. But then like she just kind of had green eyeshadow, and I was like, you know what, that looks good. She can have green eyeshadow. But yeah, also her head looked kind of weird, so I tried to like paint over it. And it needs like another coat, but we're just gonna pretend it looks fine. I feel like my gouache hasn't been like as opaque lately or something. I feel like I need to do a lot of coats on the highlights. Yeah, anyway, next drawing is I'm going to be using some pens that I got. And I'm drawing a reference photo of me from a couple years ago. And I actually did draw a reference photo of me that was like taken the same day a couple videos ago. I think it's one I was drawing 10 pages in my sketchbook. Yeah, and these were taken at the pumpkin patch. And at the time, I was just like, these will be good reference photos. And then I like never drew them, but you know, now I'm drawing them. I feel like I need to take some more reference photos of myself because these are actually pretty fun to draw. It's also funny, I feel like I ended up like drawing myself looking like a little kid, but I mean, these are like old pictures, so that's probably not too far off, but I just thought it was funny. Yeah, so I'm using these two brush pens that I got kind of recently. One of them is actually like a brown brush pen, not this one but the other one, and you can't even tell it's like brown on the brown paper. I was actually gonna paint on this brown page. I wanted to use gouache on this, and actually this page is like, I don't know, a couple pages back in the sketchbook, so I was going to use it for something else for a different video, but, you know, we can do that at a different time. And fun fact, I don't know if you guys watched the video or remember the video where I painted on wood, but I don't like wasting acrylic gouache, you know, because you can't like re-wet it like you can with normal gouache and watercolors. So I painted on like 4 pages in my sketchbook with the leftover paint that was in the palette when I was done painting. So these two are 2 of the pages from that. Before I get to the next drawing, there's a couple things I want to say about this one that I didn't have time to say in the voiceover. So first off, I might fix these before I show like the picture at the end of the video. So this drawing might look different when you see it at the end. And secondly, I added the origami to this page too, the origami paper, you know, so they kind of like match better. And this one I left space on it on purpose so I could add the paper, but I didn't really do it on this one, so the pieces are a lot smaller. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. And these pencils, I'm just gonna do a quick little review on these. So the blue and the white are really opaque, like what I hoped for, but these two, like not so much. Yeah, I like this better before I added the white gouache on it. It looked really cool, and the white was like super opaque and it looked really good. The pencils didn't go over the pen that well, so this drawing was kind of messed up, but they did go over the paper really well. Like you can see the pencils here. So these are going to be really fun on toned paper. I'm not sure they're any more opaque than my Prismacolor pencils. Also, I used this random pen that my family gave me when they went to Ireland. And I don't think, you know, they meant for me to do like serious art with it. They're just like, here's a pen. But like, this is actually like a surprisingly good pen for sketching. So I think I'm actually gonna use it when I'm sketching with pen. But yeah, it was like super smooth. Yeah, and I use these 2 brush pens as well. I think I need to do another drawing with the brown brush pen because like I said earlier, it like does not look brown at all on the brown paper, which is funny. Yeah, so that's it. Oh yeah, and fun fact, I was gonna post this drawing on Instagram because I thought it looked really weird, like weird in a good way. I was like, who drew this? Yeah, I feel like whenever I like draw stuff from reference photos, it always like doesn't look my style. Like it does and it doesn't at the same time. But yeah, that's it.
You my legs to tunnel again.
Last two things I'm going to be using in this video is this coloring book. It's like a Squishmallows coloring book. This was such a random birthday present, but I was like, this is kind of cute though. So I'm going to be doing a coloring page in this, and then also look at the pen it comes with. It's like glittery. And then there's also like empty pages at the bottom, so I'm going to also like just draw a page in there. And I'm also going to be using these watercolor pencils, which were one of the main reasons I want to do this video. I've literally had these for like 6 months and I've never used them. But yeah, I didn't actually use them like watercolor pencils. They're like, they blend like pretty well for like watercolor pencils. So I was like, I'm just going to use them like normal pencils, and also because like I don't really use watercolor pencils like the way they're intended. I like to use them if I'm like sketching with them sometimes because they're kind of erasable. But I never like use them like how you're supposed to use them. So I decided to use them like normal colored pencils. But yeah, also this coloring page like weirdly stressed me out. I was like, what if I'm like using the wrong colors? Like, what if the car looks weird? Like, what color is like this supposed to be? Yeah, so I did not have fun doing the coloring page. I don't know why I was so stressed. And also, I always forget because I never use colored pencils like by themselves, but it was like painful. Like, I know people always talk about this, like if you use colored pencils for like a whole drawing, it like kind of hurts. Like you get like 5 minutes in, you're like, my wrist. Yeah, and that was happening to me, so that was annoying. But you know, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe it was fun doing coloring page. No, I didn't have fun. It's fun watching it though, so at least there's that. Also, I know everyone knows, I'm sure nobody knows, but I surprisingly like knew like what two of the Squishmallow colors were. Like there's like the fox on like the top right, and I think I've like seen that one before. So I was like, wait, I know what color this is. And then also like the cat like under the fox, I knew what color the cat was. I think I have like a small version of the cat. I didn't do the normal colors of the cat because weirdly the watercolor pencils, they kind of had a bad color selection. Yeah, so here's the finished coloring page. Sorry I didn't film a lot of it. Now I'm going to do this page, and I'll go back to the watercolor pencils in a second, but I'm going to be using these pens that I also got, and I've never actually seen these before, like, stuff like this, but it came with, like, 3 pens, and it also came with, like, different colors you can, like, swap it out with, which I think is a really cool idea. Yeah, I didn't actually show me, like, swapping out the colors, but just know that you can. And one of the pens, though, like, the black was, like, messed up. Like, you see it right there? Like, the ink part of it is like gone. So I was swatching the pens and I was like, oh, are they all black in them? And I was like, oh, they are all black. And then like one of the pens, like there was no ink coming out, and I was like, that's weird. And then I took it out and I was like, the ink's just gone in one of the pens. I mean, luckily it came with like, you know, different colors, so I just put a different color in that one. But yeah, I was like, that's weird. Yeah, anyway, so I decided to do a sketch with pen for this drawing too. But I didn't really have any plans, and while I was trying to film, I was like staring forever, like trying to figure out what to do. So I was like, you know what, I'm just not gonna film me sketching this because I don't have any plans. So she ended up being a witch. Her hand looked like it was holding something, and then I was like, I should put an animal there, and then I was like, I'm gonna draw a cat because like I'm me, and then I was like, she's a witch now. Literally, I just did Witchtober, and I'm already like drawing more witches. Although half of my Witchtobers didn't even end up looking like witches, so I only really drew like 2 actual looking witches. So yeah. Anyway, this drawing, I also forgot to film a lot of it. But I filmed me shading, okay? I just didn't film a lot of the base colors. And I did a darker skin tone for this one. 1, because I wanted to do it with that other drawing, and then I didn't. And then 2, like, there was only, like, 1 skin tone color, so I was like, okay, I guess this is the skin tone. And I couldn't decide on a hair color, so she has, like, 3 different colors in her hair. So that's a technique right there. Also, I hope you enjoyed the little video of my bunny. She was being so cute. I had, like, my legs, like, on the table, and, then she kept going, like, under my legs, like, back and forth, and I was like, oh, I want a video of this, and then I actually filmed it. I got a video. I don't have much videos of my bunny, but her name is Bella, and she's super cute, and she just wants me to, like, pet her on the nose 24/7. She's pretty cute. I used to have a bunch of videos on my cat, but not anymore. And then when I was editing this video, I was like, oh, maybe I should have, like, the video of my bunny in here, too, because I don't think she's ever been in any of my YouTube videos before. But yeah, so that's the explanation for why there's a bunny. So, these pencils. The color section was really weird. There was, like, way too many blues when there should have been some other colors. And the gray was, like, pretty much black. So, that was kind of useless. But yeah, and also, I got these from my aunt. And I remember, like, she didn't tell me she was gonna, like, she just kind of, like, gave these to me, like, out of nowhere. And there was, like, a pink, too. So, I have, like, I don't know how many colors, it was like 12 or something, and there's also like a stray pink, which is funny because the set didn't come with a pink, which, that's pretty cool. I was like, oh, she knows me, I need a pink. Yeah, so I used the pink a lot for these drawings. I definitely think I'm gonna put these with my other colored pencils, and I'm just gonna use them with the other pencils because I'm not gonna use the set by itself. The pencils are pretty good though. Like I said, color selection, not very good. But the pencil themselves do blend really well for watercolor pencils. I was very impressed. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to use them like regular pencils, and I'll probably like forget they're even watercolor pencils because they feel the same to me. Also, I was really excited to try these because these are like the Caran brand, however you say that. Oh yeah, there was like a sticker page in this book as well, so I was like, oh, use a couple stickers. Yeah, so these are like a pretty fancy watercolor pencil brand, and I've never tried any of their stuff before, but I know people like really like their normal colored pencils, so I was excited to try their watercolor pencils, and yes, they did blend very well. Yeah, so I'm gonna add some stickers, and then I'll add the final details to this drawing. Also, I feel like, I don't know why, like, the dress, maybe just because it's like blue or something, but it was kind of like reminding me of Alice in Wonderland for some reason. I don't know if anyone else sees that, but, like, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, now I'm adding the white highlights, because, like, you know, always adding the white highlights. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and fun fact, I almost didn't finish this video on time, because I literally started a whole nother video, and then I, like, forgot how to do math. Like, I was sketching, and I think, actually, it's probably going to be, like, not next video, the one after, because I, like I said, I forgot how to, like, think for a minute. But I'm going to do a video with some Copic markers, but I needed to get some refills because, like, my Copics are all dried out. And then I started the video, and then I realized, like, if I order the refills, they're going to have to, like, they'll take, like, a week to get here. So then I, like, you know, have to, like, wait a week. And then I was like, I'll just, like, do a whole new video. So I got halfway through a different video before I realized before I started this one. So, yeah, I, like, forgot to math, like, shipping time. Although I could have just got them at the art store, but, that's a story for another video, okay? When I get to that video, I'll tell you why I, like, ordered them online all weird. Yeah. Anyway, here are my coloring book drawings, and then here's my little marker drawing, and here's the drawings I did in this one. I actually think the first one I did is my favorite. I kind of, like, didn't like it after I did it, but looking back, I actually like that drawing. Yeah, and my other little pen sketch page. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this fun video. Next week, I think I'm going to be drawing some fan art in my sketchbook, so I'm excited for that. Drawing some fun characters. I've been waiting for that video, and I think it's going to be the next one. Yeah, so bye!